What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and today we're back talking about Paris stickers once again. We're going to be going over what I really believe, especially as I've started to look more and more into the numbers. I also had, I believe his name is Brongo, the guy who owns or runs or operates or whatever the CSROI website, leave a comment and really get me thinking and want to dive more into this topic of what is the biggest risk factor for Paris stickers right now. Obviously, I am a big fan of the holos. Obviously, a lot of people are very big fans of the holos as both investments and as items for crafting and collecting or whatever. And historically, the last couple borderless sticker collections like Antwerp, like Stockholm, have performed very, very well. They've looked cool in crafts. They've made people a lot of money. They've been overall good investments, especially once all the CS2 craze happened and we had all these new players coming in and they're buying stickers and skins and they're wanting to dive into the whole thing. Once CS2 officially comes out, we could see this crazy run up. But obviously with Paris going on right now, we've seen some crazy things going on. And I still, have been saying for a while that I do think that Paris stickers are overpriced right now. They're overhyped. They're a little bit, way too high. And I've been waiting for them to come back down. And obviously that hasn't happened. And that's caused me to miss out on potentially some good prices to buy these things at. Now, that doesn't mean that prices can't drop more in the long term or whatever. But now we're about 5 weeks into the sale. We only have 2 or 3 weeks left of the sale. So I actually have started buying some holos. I'm not necessarily buying prices that I love. But if prices drop, I'll just continue to buy more. And I just want to start building up some positions. But what I do think is the biggest risk factor right now are the prices. Now, this doesn't mean that prices are going to drop. Like I said, I think prices probably should drop and probably need to drop at some point, but I also know that this market can be very, very crazy. And we see these crazy ROIs and profitabilities and everything on the capsules, but we also know that the capsules are probably only going to be on sale for a couple more weeks. And then once they're not on sale, once the price is not artificially kept to 25 cents by Valve, that means capsules can do whatever. And if capsules go up in price, if they start to explode, that's going to bring those profitabilities down. If people do really love these stickers and that genuine, demand and market and stuff is there, then what really could happen is we end up seeing the capsules going up in price, the stickers maybe staying the same or even increasing as well, and then those ROIs start to make a lot more sense. It might just be the fact that ROIs are kind of kept at these ridiculous levels right now because of that artificial factor on the market, which is Valve. Now, again, what I think is overall the biggest risk factor is the current price levels that we are seeing. Because again, we have seen borderless sticker collections before. We've seen Stockholm, we've seen Antwerp. And if we start to look back, here's what some of those prices looked like. I keep bringing up the spreadsheet. I really think it's an amazing tool and resource. I want to keep using it in videos. But if we look at Stockholm, here is the Stockholm prices for holo stickers at the end of the sale. This is the last day of the Stockholm sale. Here is what stickers look like. The most expensive sticker in the whole collection was the Copenhagen Flames, and it was $2.05. The cheapest sticker was 16 cents. If we take the total of all of these, it's $16.47 total. If we do some quick napkin math real quick and divide that by 24, the average sticker in the Stockholm collection at the end of the sale was 69 cents, somewhere in that range between 68 and 69 cents. That's crazy. That is very, very cheap. And this is for a lot of different reasons. One, this was kind of the first new borderless sticker collection. The game was a lot smaller back then. Investing wasn't as popular. So many different factors going in. Maybe even a lot of people had just recently got burned on RMR, so people weren't ready to dip their toe or dive as aggressively in or whatever. But at these low prices, you can see the amount of, gains that they were able to see. Here's the gains from the end of the sale to the peak prices for all these things. The worst sticker in the Stockholm collection saw a 6x price increase. The best saw 104x price increase. And again, if we divide this all up, it's going to be something ridiculous. This is 870 divided by 24. The average sticker from the Stockholm collection, the average holo sticker from the Stockholm collection saw a 34x return from the end of the sale to the peak. Now, part of that is the prices, how low they were at the end of the sale, and then part of that was obviously the demand, the hype, the hysteria, and all of that stuff. Now, again, fast forward to Antwerp, and we'll start to see here is the end of sale prices for Antwerp. Now, all of a sudden, the most expensive sticker at the end of the sale is $7.75. Cheapest one still 22 cents. We can see here if we average this all up, this is going to be 48 divided by 24. It's going to be around $2, something like that. Yeah, $2. Average sticker at the end of the sale for Antwerp was $2. Now again, that's a big jump from 68 or 69 cents from Stockholm. It's more. That's like a 2.5x price increase. But from Stockholm to Antwerp, we saw things get a little bit more expensive because People saw the amount of gains that Stockholm had, the player base grew, people knew that you could make more money off this, and by having more investors and more eyeballs on this, and also it being the second borderless collection, so just, you know, it's not as cool, it's not going to be as hype, it's not going to be as crazy. Now, it's also interesting to note that Antwerp, these stickers were a lot more rare. The holos had a lower pull rate, so that's just naturally going to bring the prices up a little bit. So this isn't exactly comparing apples to apples, but it is still interesting to note that, you know, even though they were more rare, they saw less of an increase. You know, here is the increases. You know, we had the end of the sale to the peak. The biggest increase was 35x, and the lowest was around 4x. And if we average this out, we can see an average price increase from the end of the sale to the peak, 335 divided by 24, of about 14x. That's a lot lower than the 36 or 37 or 38x or whatever. So again, from Antwerp to Stockholm, from Stockholm to Antwerp, we saw more expensive stickers at the end of the sale, and we saw less overall returns. That makes sense because, again, it's the second borderless collection. They're kind of competing with each other. There's some overlap in some of the stickers. There's more investors. The population base is bigger, all that stuff. There's more competition and everything like that. And now if we fast forward to Paris, I'm recording this video on July 25th, but I have the prices from July 23rd. We can see, going off these prices, 126.97 divided by 24. The average Paris sticker price right now is $5.29. Again, that's almost double what the average sticker price at the end of the Antwerp sale was. And again, what you have to keep in mind is this doesn't mean that the Paris stickers aren't good investments. That doesn't mean that they aren't going to go up. Again, if people looked from Stockholm to Antwerp and saw, whoa, the stickers are way more expensive at the end of the sale, and they thought, oh, these are too expensive, I'm not going to buy them because they're not going to be a good investment, they would have been wrong. Antwerp holos overall were still a very, very good investment. You really couldn't have gone wrong. Any Antwerp holo you bought at the end of the sale, you were going to make a lot of money. But you did see less returns from Antwerp to Stockholm. And again, I think right now that's what we're going to see with Paris. I think there are a lot of people saying, hey, these things are overpriced, these prices should go down, whatever. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. Who knows? There's so many different factors at play here. Again, with the sticker sale ending soon, who knows what's going to happen? With CS2 right around the corner, who knows what the heck's going to happen? With just so many investors and the game being so big and the investing market being so big, who knows? It's so hard. It's impossible to predict. But overall, these are still very, very good looking stickers with genuine demand. There are a lot of, you know, third time repeat stickers in this collection that kind of suck, but there are also some really, really beautiful, unique stickers in this collection that are totally different, that are really going to stand out, and that I think people are going to go crazy for, and people are already going crazy for. But understand this. You are likely not going to be seeing these type of returns that we saw in Stockholm, you know, the average of a 38x return or whatever. You're likely not going to be seeing these returns that we saw in Antwerp, an average of 14% returns or whatever, or 14x returns or whatever. We're likely going to be seeing something much smaller, and that's because we're already starting at a place of the prices being higher up right off the bat. Now, again, I don't think that necessarily means that Paris is going to be a bad investment. I actually think Paris is still going to be a good investment. I don't know that prices aren't going to go down, and if prices do go down, I'm totally going to buy more. But there's so many reasons why these prices are up. Again, holos are honestly pretty hard to pull. If you look right now in the market, there's not a ton of holos listed. I'm trying to buy. At the end of the Paris sale, I want to have a couple $1,000, maybe close to $10,000 invested or something like that. And it's hard to buy holos for that price because there's not that many on the market. And even if you just buy a couple of one holo, if you buy a couple $100 of most holos, you're absolutely skyrocketing the price. There's not that many on the market. They're pretty hard to come by because people aren't pulling them, and people are pulling them or holding on to them because they know or think or whatever that they're going to be great investments. So this is why the prices are up. If the price ever drop, people are eating them up, just like me, just like a ton of other people out there. And again, that doesn't mean that it's not a bubble. That doesn't mean that the prices make sense or whatever. But you just have to keep in mind that comparing these things and seeing that, oh, Stockholm did a 40x return and Antwerp did a 15x return or whatever, understand how big of a drop-off one was to the next one and expect Paris to probably even be a bigger exponential drop-off and a bigger exponential downfall. Again, not meaning that it's not going to be a good investment, but keep your expectations in line. I know the Fano, simple 10x meme is going around, but I do think we're going to see significantly decreased returns overall in Paris. And the main reason being we're already kind of fast forwarded on the timeline with these end of sale prices. These prices are way inflated. These prices are way higher than we saw at the end of the Antwerp and Stockholm sales, and that's really going to put a ceiling on where we're going to go, because Paris isn't a better set than Stockholm. Paris isn't a better set than Antwerp. These prices aren't going to go higher than those two sets. These prices are maybe going to hit the same highs or maybe even a little bit lower, and if we're already starting at a higher point, there's only so many different returns we can get. So the biggest risk factor right now with the Paris stickers is just the prices that we're seeing at the end of the sale. Again, this is higher than we've ever seen before. Doesn't mean it's bad, but just mean you have to keep that in mind when setting your expectations and when taking a look at these investments overall. So I don't know, just wanted to get these videos out to you guys and just show you a comparison of where the prices are right now for Paris compared to where the other two collections were towards the end of their sales. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.